Not this fly being a paid actor in my video. I think Noco should sponsor me. What do you think? I'm gonna give this energy drink a 10 out of 10, especially this flavor. It's called Noco, correct me if I'm wrong, BCAA. This flavor is blood orange, naturally flavored, sugar-free, and caffeine 180 mg, but whatever that means. And it's really good, guys. I'm gonna definitely give this flavor a 10 out of 10 because it's good and it does the job, because your girl was up and talking today. Hey guys, so welcome back to Just Be You podcast, and today it is just me. Today is just me, just your host, Chels. And first of all, I want to say thank you guys so much to who's ever been watching, whoever has been listening on Spotify, and all of the comments, all of the support. All of that does not go unnoticed, guys. I literally see it all. I see it every day. I go and read the comments. I rewatch my reels, just because I have been putting a lot of time and effort and emotions and just a lot of my all into these videos. So just wanted this episode here to be a little bit of a little bit of a thank you, and how it's been so far and how we've got here so far, and my life experience as, a mom. I do work, I do gym, and it's been stressful, guys. It's been a lot. Maybe more of like mental health, because I think I started this podcast, I have really learned how to cope with like mental health or just stress in general, or let's see, I would say more of anxiety. And it's so weird that I'm saying this, because I actually love what I do. I love vlogging, which I haven't yet, guys. I know I've been saying that I'm going to upload like daily vlogs and stuff, but for some reason it's just been hard to get into that groove, because I'm so focused on this podcast, and I'm so focused on recording and putting up content, putting up reels and, little TikToks that I think I really like to do. So it's been hard. It has been really hard. I do have content recorded though, so let's see, maybe I will post a video. Who knows? So just make sure you go and like and subscribe to my personal channel that I'm going to be listing down below. But yeah, guys, let's just get right into it. I have my little energy drink today because I didn't want to do a coffee. I'm trying to stay away from drinking just for a little bit, just to see how much progress I can get in the gym and looking nice and feeling good. I don't drink often, but me estaba chiflando, so I had to like put it back just a little bit. So let's go ahead and take a sip. I never had these energy drinks until this company did a pop-up or like a sponsored thing at H&S, and so far I think I like them. So let's take a little sip. Okay, that flavor is pretty good. But yeah, guys, so back to what I was saying. My last episode, which was with Paola, the grieving episode, it took a toll on me. When I say toll on me, I mean like your girl was going through it. Stress, mental, anxiety, all of the above, all you can think of. I don't know why. It was just one thing after another. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on social media, I did post everything that I was going through, trying to get that video edit, like posted and everything. Not much edited because I don't think I do a lot of editing. I try not to cut a lot of things out, but I do have to cut out, when we take a little break, when we move on to the next 30 minutes or, just little things like that. It's what I edit when I say I have to edit my video. But for some reason, that episode did not want to like cooperate with me, or however you say that word. It was literally one thing after another. It was my laptop crashed, my storage on my laptop kept saying no storage, which I don't understand why. Final Cut was being a mess. So if you have Final Cut Pro and you do edits, you do vlogs and you do all this type of video stuff, please message me or let me know what to do, because for some reason it has been crashing on me. I'm not sure why, but so yeah, my Final Cut Pro was acting up. Then my laptop just completely crashed on me, just crashed. I had to take it to the Apple store. And I don't know if this ever happens to you guys, but something's wrong with whether it's your iPad, your laptop, your phone, whatever. And then you take it to get fixed and then it's working. No, I promise you it was not working. So yeah, guys, that was my struggle. When I tell you guys, I was just annoyed because this video was already done. This video was already edited. I took out the parts that I had to get taken out and everything. And so annoying. It was just one thing after another. And I kept asking, I'm a big believer on everything happens for a reason. And I'm a big believer on God, why? Why? Ask constantly, God, why this video? All my other videos were good. I didn't have no problem. Why this video? I was a believer, and I just kept thinking to myself, there's a reason that the devil is trying to bring me down. Guys, when I tell y'all, I lost all of my encouragement, or if that's even the word. I was just so unmotivated. I was annoyed. I was tired. I was getting ready to just throw my laptop because that's how tired and annoyed I was. I honestly felt like the devil was trying to bring me down. I was doing so good with my videos. I was doing so good with getting excited with recording, getting excited with posting, that video really tested me. It really tested me. And I kept asking God, why this video? This video was so important to me. This episode, the previous episode that I just posted. If you have not watched it, it's a grieving episode with my best friend. I lost my grandpa and she lost her sister. So we talk a little bit more about how we feel and how we deal with grieving. So the last episode was very, very, very important to me. It was very touching to me because not only did my best friend open up, this was something hard for her to do. So I truly appreciated her so much for even taking the time of her day, or even just saying yes, to record this episode and this topic with me. So I took the last episode very seriously, and I loved it so much. And even when I edited it was when I finished it, guys, and when I was taking it to the Apple store, I was done with the video, right? I was done with it. So my fear was, oh my God, my laptop's going to crash, or they're going to tell me that I have to redo my video and it's done. There's no way. When I brought my laptop back home, yeah, guys, my video was gone. My video was gone. I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry because it's just a lot. People might think like, oh, she's just recording the episode and why you just can't post it. Well, because since I record with microphones and since I record with 2 different cameras and stuff, I actually have to sync in everything at the same time for it to match up. So it is very time consuming, but I enjoy it. So I don't mind it. But now when I have to do the video again, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this video again, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it again. This is the second time. At this point, guys, I was just fed up already. I was annoyed. I was frustrated. I couldn't understand why. Like, why? What? Why this video? Why is things happening to me with this video? Like I said before, it meant so much to me. So, I finally figured it out. I don't know what I did, honestly. And I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna be truthful and say Chat GPT helped me. Chat GPT helped me figure out how to fix my laptop. So thanks to my girl Mercy. Yes, we named her Mercy. When I say we, I meant me and my best friend. We named her Mercy. So thanks to Mercy, I fixed my laptop. I fixed it and I figured it out. So that's when I was like, okay, let's do this one more time. One more time. Let's do it one more time. So I literally sat down and re-edited the whole video again. And again, when I was gonna save it, it didn't want to save. I was up till 4:00 in the morning, and this video still did not want to save. So at this point, guys, I'm like, you know what? Let's just pray about it, and I'm going to pray to God, and I'm going to tell God, if I can get this video up, if you can take away all of my stress, if you can take away all my anxiety from this video, I promise that I will get my shit together, and I will be committed to, trying to post these videos, trying to get my content out, because I slack a lot. And it's crazy because I enjoy what I do, but I procrastinate so much. So if you are like me and you figured out how to deal with that, please let me know. Please let me know, because I need to figure out how to stop procrastinating. But I'm a big believer on everything happens for a reason. I've said that before. I've said that in my past episodes. If you know me, you know that's what I go by. So I get to work and I'm telling my best friend, like, hey, like, I'm not sure. Like, dude, I love this video. This was before the final upload video. This was just like a quick, let me just run through this video. Let me just finish it up because I need to get it out. I need to stop worrying about it and get it out. So I told her, hey, friend, I don't know, like, this video is so good that I don't know why it's coming. Like, why is it messing with me? So that day I prayed again. I went to the restroom. And I prayed to God, and I didn't understand. I did not understand why. Like, what was the reason or why? Like, out of all my videos, that's the only video that's going to give me problems and it's going to knock me down. Like, I was to the point where I was going to give up, guys. Like, I was done. I was like, this is my 7th video in, and this is not for me. This is not for me. Why am I getting emotional? Yeah, like I was just to my breaking point over a video that I was going to let bring me down. And I prayed about it in the restroom at work. And then out of nowhere, I asked Mercy again. And my mind is to the point like, you know what? I'm not going to let the devil win. I'm not going to let the devil bring me down. You guys that are listening, that are watching, my family, my friends. Y'all know how much this podcast means to me. So I wasn't going to let him win. No, I wasn't. So here I go again, asking Mercy, like, hey, girl, if y'all were to see how I talk to her, y'all would think I'm crazy. But I just feel cool. Like, I feel cool when I talk to her because she comes through. She comes through and she helps me. And then, yeah. So anyways, I asked her and she helped me again. But like nothing. Like if I hadn't asked homegirl this a couple of weeks ago or days before, and then I realized everything's going good. This video is about to save. Well, here goes. Everything happens for a reason because I didn't have my intro. I didn't have my outro. I didn't have no pictures. So if you watched my last episode on YouTube, you were able to see some of the pictures that I added, which I feel like really brought my episode to life, really brought you guys that are listening, that are watching, y'all were really able to, see what we felt, me and my best friend who were talking on the podcast. Y'all were able to understand and see the pictures of my grandpa and my family and her sister and everybody. So going back to like everything happens for a reason, I just believe that, all that struggle I went through, all of that pain I went through, all the stress I went through, because that shit stressed me the F out. It was to test me. I really feel like it was to test me because once I prayed to God and I cried and was just frustrated, I was done. I was over this podcast. God came through and I was able to make that video a very, very special video. Honoring my grandpa and my best friend honoring her sister. So I was able to give my all into that video. And that video would have to be, or that episode, I'm sorry, I keep saying video for you guys that are watching or listening on Spotify. That episode was a very touchy episode for me and my best friend. And that episode is very special to me. So the way I was able to bring it out for you guys, the way we were able to talk about it, it just means so much. And I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys who've watched. Thank you who've commented. Thank you who've listened, because it really means a lot to me. Talking about grief and talking about, our personal experience of, people who've passed in our life is not an easy topic. I'm sure it's not an easy topic for others too. But I do want to say that I get emotional. I'm such an emotional person. I hate it. I love my best friend. Okay. I love her, and I thank her a lot because I know her more than she probably knows herself. And it really meant a lot to me to hear how she felt about her sister. And, her explaining it, not even just to me, guys, not even to her family, but to you all, to everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching. It just made me feel so happy for her. It made me really appreciate and respect her more as not just my best friend, but like as like a sister, or like as somebody that I love and I respect so much. So if you're listening to this, friend, or if you're watching, just know that I love you and that I appreciate you. That would bring us into this next topic. This is something that I got a lot of, you guys wanted me to talk about this on today's episode. And I appreciate you guys for responding to me and wanting to know, how do I deal with mental health? So I didn't really understand like mental health, or me, like, am I going through mental health? My point of view of mental health will be, how do I navigate? How do I, like, I guess, go daily by what I go through on a daily day, or like what stresses me out, or my anxiety, and correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong about mental health, guys, but to me, when I think of mental health, my mental health, I mainly think about like when I'm stressed, or when I have anxiety, or when I might think I'm not mentally and physically stressed, but I am. And I think my problem is that I let a lot of things that are not important stress me out. I'm not sure if you guys are the same way, but how do I deal with anxiety? How do I deal with what stresses me out? Or, you know, how do I deal with, things that are going on in my brain? Each their own, of course. All of us are different. All of us might go through it, might not, might think you're not going through it, and you really are, because that's me. But I am just the type of person that I let the most randomest things, or things that I feel like that are not important, stress me out. So when I say that, I mean, like, for example, last episode, as if I just explained to you guys, that episode took a big toll on me that I never understood, or I never actually felt what stress was. But it was like a stress that was like, Chelsea, are you serious? Like, you're really stressing over that video? And then it's like, I realized that's not what I should be worried about. That's not what I should be letting stress me out. Because honestly, guys, I went through a lot, not just me, but me and Mario, and not our relationship, but within our life. I've been put in a lot of, here I go, want to get all emotional. I have been put through a lot of like difficult situations, just not good positions. And that's more like on life, like shit happens, guys, like life happens. And I don't think I have ever understood I don't think I've ever understood or realized that I was going through a lot, that I was very stressed. I was, going through anxiety, going through a lot of pain, emotions, but it was just a lot of like shit happens, So I'm going to be honest, because like I said here, this is my podcast. This is my safe zone. This is where I feel like I can be honest and I could just be real. And I just want you guys to, get to know me and who I am. So, we were put in a hard position last year where we had to go back to my mom's. And I mean, you guys know, like, as adults already, and you have your own family, you have your own, life. Who wants to go back to their moms? But of course, I want to say thanks to my mom and my dad always for, allowing us to go back like nothing, and as if I was like 21 years old again. But that position, or that situation, really put a toll on me, because it was a lot. It was a lot. Not having to do with my parents and there, it was like, the doors opened. Ours is yours, you guys, and we all know that, of course. But it was just more like us, like me and Mario. It was just very different. It was very off. And I'm going to say that's when I really, really put my stress, put my mental health, put my emotions, put my feelings to God. Like, I would pray every day. I would cry every day, because when I say it was hard, guys, it was hard because I was already working. So my mom does not live nowhere near my job. My daughter's school's nowhere near my mom's house. I had to do a whole 360. Like, when I mean 360, I mean like I had to change my whole routine. And it was a lot. It was very stressful. It was just overwhelming. I didn't have my space. Mario didn't have his space. Yes, we had our space. Of course, my mom gave us our space. But I mean, like, we didn't have our own. We didn't have what to call our own. And that was just temporary, guys. That was just for a little while. But when I say, like, when I say how did I do it, how did I deal with it? Because that time in my life was a real downfall for me. Like, I was going through it, guys. And, other people, like, whatever we post, or me or anybody, I'm sure, what we post on social media, I'm not going to say it's not who we are, because it's who I am. I post who I am. But I'm not on social media saying, like, hey, guys, I'm fucking going through it. I'm living back at my mom's. I want my own house, but some shit happened that I had to eventually go back to my mom's. It's a lot. But we just have to learn how to accept it, and how do you deal with it, So I guess that would be a lot of the questions that people wanted me to talk about, is how do I deal with mental health, I guess, or what has helped me through my tough times. And I'm gonna say, honestly, like I said before, it's gonna have to be God. Like, I stayed in prayer. I cried to God. I talked to God. I prayed constantly. Not just saying that I pray to him when I'm in the down, is like my downfall, because I pray to him now that I'm living, I'm thriving. Hey, guys, I'm doing this freaking podcast, I would just have to say what honestly helped me was praying to God, staying in prayer, putting my faith into him. Putting my faith into him 100%. And of course, finding a hobby, like we've said before. And as you guys already know by now, my hobby is working out. So yeah, people would tell me, like, Chelsea, you really drive almost an hour to the gym from your mom's, or, because yeah, it was almost an hour, 45 minutes. And yeah, I had to, guys. I had to, because that's where I would go and let out my emotions. I would let out my feelings. I would cry alone. I will hold it in. I'll put all the pain into weightlifting. But that's just how I deal with it. Besides Mario being there for me, besides my best friend being there for me, yeah, I just prayed a lot, and I thanked God, and I prayed and asked God why. And then if there's a reason, show me. And yeah, he did. He did, guys. He came through, and he literally showed me that everything that I'm going through, everything that I went through was just a process, was just a way that I was eventually going to get where I am today. And that's where we are now. We are here in my own little podcast area, doing what I love, and it's all thanks to him. That would literally I would have to say, be it. Like, I stay in prayer. I put 100% faith into God, and I go to the gym. I let it all out. I try to understand that whatever pain, whatever stress, whatever emotion, whatever feelings I'm feeling at the moment that are hurting me, that are making me be like a person that I don't want to be. I'm the type of person that I won't realize, or I won't understand that I'm actually stressed out, or I'm actually going through something, or it's taking a toll on me, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, until I start letting it be known, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if others are the same way as me, but I start noticing it when I become very frustrated easily, very annoyed easily, very like, I'm just not in the mood. I'm such a grouch. I'm very unmotivated, I'm very unfocused, and I let all that stuff take over. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the devil win, or, letting that negativity get into our head, letting that negativity take over. And honestly, what I go by in my life, me, to each their own, but what I go by in my life and what helps me is have to understand and realize that we are blessed. We are blessed to walk. We are blessed to wake up. We are blessed to have food to eat. People that have jobs, be blessed that you have a job, and don't let that negativity take over. Don't let that negativity ruin a lot of things, because it's just going to make you not a good person. It's going to make you just in a bad mood. And I mean, who wants to be in a bad mood? And who wants to wake up and be angry or be annoyed or be unhappy? And when I tell you guys, not trying to talk about the gym, but then again, the gym and working out is who I am. So me going to the gym, me working out, it's a feeling that I don't even know how to explain, because I can be having the worst day ever, or I can literally be like, I don't want to wake up to go to the gym. I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to go. But as soon as I go, and this is even me like going through it, like it's mentally, physically stressful, anxiety, any little pain or negativity or any type of emotion that I'm not okay with, it slows me down in a lot of ways. I want to wake up and go to the gym. I don't want to work out. So all of us has those days. All of us has those times where we don't want to. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. But I feel like whenever I'm going through something mentally, whenever I'm going through something that I don't think it's really taking a toll on me, and I go to the gym and I work out, and then I think to myself like, wow, like I really try to let this negativity take over, when everything in life, I feel like has a solution. I feel like everything in life has a solution, and everything that I went through in my past, I feel like it brought me to who I am now. It brought me to where I am today. And I really, really, really want to let you guys know that it's only temporary, guys. It's only for a little bit, because if anybody knows what pain feels like, and that's not even pain like physically pain, I guess it would just be more like mentally. Like when I was going through that, having to go back to my mom's, it was a lot of, wow, one thing after another, like this happened and this happened, and it was a lot. It was a lot, and I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why me. Like, what did I do to deserve this? What am I doing wrong? I would cry alone in the car while my kids were in the back seat asleep, because, I had to drive almost an hour to my mom's from my job. So it would be just so frustrating. It would be so annoying, and I would cry to myself. I would cry to God. And, my kids have no idea what's going on. They just think everything's good. They get to spend time with their grandparents and live with them. And like I said, guys, nothing to do with my mom and my dad. I really appreciate them so much. Like, I can't thank them enough for allowing us and opening their doors to us, and just all that. And I can't go into detail because I'm gonna really cry, but that was a very hard situation in my life, and it was just one thing after another. It has really nothing to do with me moving back to my mom's, but it was just things getting thrown at me, one thing after another, and I didn't understand why. I didn't know why. Yes, I did question God many times, and I did say, like, why? Like, why me? Why? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm such a people's person. I always try to give everybody my all. I'm always there for everybody. I'm always trying to be the nicest to people and be there for people. Like, why me? But I will have to say that was just a process. That was a process that I had to go through. That was a process that I had to learn and figure out a way to be where I am now, like where I am today. And where I am today is honestly, I think this is my little era that I'm going through. Um this is such a good time for me. This is this is my time. This is me. I've always wanted to be, a nice, fit mama who works out, who has a 9 to 5 job, who enjoys doing her own little podcast, who has her own space, her own place to call home with her family, her 2 beautiful kids, amazing partner, and my little podcast room. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought a year from now, I was going through the worst time of my life? And it's not even the worst. Like, I'm sure other people have been through a lot more, but it was just a rough path, a rough road in my life that who would have thought I would be here now. I would be where I want to be, where I pray to be, doing what I ask God to help me do, doing what I ask God to make me realize this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I enjoy doing it. And when I say I've talked about this podcast many times, it's not because it's like, girl, you're getting paid to do it, or like, girl, you ain't even, like, I don't know. I just love doing this, honestly. And I love, talking to people. I love talking to whoever I have on my episodes with me. It just brings me happiness. It makes me happy. It makes me enjoy it more, So again, thank you guys so much for whoever's watching, listening, because this is me. This is my time. This is my time to shine. This is what I've always wanted to do. And it's just so crazy to me, guys, how, I've prayed about this many, many times. I've asked God for this. The evilness tried to bring me down many times, but I'm not going to let that person win. And this is what God has blessed me with. This is what God has shown me that I can do it. And I'm doing it. I am doing it. And a year later, I'm here thriving in her little fitness journey that I'm going to thrive and I'm going to accomplish and I'm going to look good come the summer. And yeah, that's just basically how I deal with my mental health, how I have been dealing with it. And yeah, guys, we all go through it. Honestly, we all go through stress. We all go through anxiety. We all go through anything in life, any curveball in life that it has thrown at you, any rough patches in life, but it's just temporary. And I'm sure if I overcame a lot of bumpy roads in my life to now being where I am today, happy, thriving, just being who I am. And I love who I am today. I love me. I love everything about me now. And I can't thank God enough. I can't thank my partner enough. I can't thank my best friend, my family, my mom, my brother, anybody who's been there for me in those rough paths, in those bumpy roads that I've been through in my life. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for whether it's listening to me talk about it, me going to you guys for advice, or who you are. You guys taking your time out to respond back to me, to be there for me. It's normal, guys. We all go through a lot in life. We all go through bumpy roads. We all go through stress, like I said. And I think it just all depends how you feel like you can accomplish and get over that path, because whatever works for me might not work for you. But if you do want to try what I do, which is giving your faith to God and going to the gym and working out and putting all that pain and stuff, feeling into whether it's just body weight squatting or push-ups or lifting weights or running on the treadmill or doing the Stairmaster, maybe try it out, because I promise you, once you leave that gym, or once you leave that little workout session you had, you're going to feel like you can do it. You're going to feel like, man, I got this. Like, this is just temporary. This is just for a little while. Well, that's how I feel. But I promise, guys, just put your faith into God if you believe in God, and to each their own. And figure out a way that's going to help you cope, or help you get over something that's really stressing you out. Find solutions, because like I said, there's solutions for everything. There's solutions for anything in life. And yeah, you can deal with it. But if it's not easy, then find what helps you. Find what helps you deal with stress, anxiety, pain, emotions. And all I can say is, for my advice to you, try not to lose your patience, because that is one thing that I let take over me. That is one thing that I let take over who I was at that moment when I was not my best. I was very grouchy, like I said before. I'm not going to say an ugly person, because I was still trying to understand in my head, like, whatever I'm going through, my kids don't know. My kids, they just see their mom and dad happy, or they just see what they see. They don't really know and understand everything that goes on in life, And like I said before, me growing up, I didn't know when my parents were struggling. I didn't know when they were going through mental health, stress, anxiety, anything in life. Me growing up, I didn't know when my parents were going through that. So me, that I'm now 30 with 2 kids, and I try my best to not show my children when I'm in pain, or when I'm going through stress, or when I'm going through anxiety. And I notice that I might think I'm showing them that I'm not in a rough path or in a rough situation at the moment, but I tend to let it out on my feelings. Like, I tend to let it out on my emotions, whether it's getting frustrated with them for no reason, or letting my patience is a big word, letting my patience take over. Like, I was very impatient. Anything that was said to me, I was just annoyed, and that is not good. That is not who I am as a person. And that's when I realized, like, hold up, girl, you need to slow down, and you need to pray about it, and you need to let go and let God, because you can't do anything about it unless you make a change, but that change cannot happen in a blink of an eye. So that's what I mean when I say find a solution that would help ease that pain slowly but surely, But yeah, guys, I just want to say that sorry if I'm all over the place. That's what happens when I'm here by myself. So yeah, that's just basically today's episode. Something so quick and just simple. Basically is how I deal with mental health, how I have been dealing with mental health. And I just want to say again, and I'm going to keep saying it many times, thank you guys so much for watching, and as well as, don't let that negativity take over. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling like you don't know why things are happening in your life that are happening, there is a reason why it's happening. There is a process of why all that is happening. And I guarantee you, from my experience to you guys, the reason why you're going through what you're going through at the moment, I know it sounds like, girl, excuse me, I don't want to go through this, but it's gonna lead you to where you need to be. Because if you would have asked me last year when I was going through it, if you would have asked me, Chelsea, when are you gonna do your podcast? I literally would have said never. Like, never. Like, the podcast is never gonna happen, because the way my life is set up right now, you think I have time to do a podcast? No. But a year later, and God showed me, baby girl, this is what you need to do, and this is why I'm giving you the privilege to do it. This is why I'm giving you everything that you prayed for to do your podcast, because we all want to get somewhere in life, but at the end of the day, it's up to us to make that happen. So he made half of it happen, and it was my job to bring out the content. It was my job to bring out these episodes. It was my job to record, to edit, and to do all of this. So do y'all really think I'm going to let the devil win? Baby, no. Do y'all really think I'm going to let the negativity get in my way? No. So, yes, I hope you guys are thinking about me when y'all feel like y'all are going to give up on something that y'all put your all into. And it could be anything. It could be anything in life that y'all feel like y'all cannot do. Y'all feel like y'all just want to give up, like it's too stressful, it's too much. Just think about me. Think about me and think about how I overcame everything that I just went through within the last year, I would say. And I know you guys are probably like, Chelsea, that's nothing. Like, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, and that's worse. And I really hope you get through it. And I really hope that, you pray about it and you find something that will take your mind off of it and make you become a better person. And just ignore that negativity, stomp on it, let it go. Because you are your own person and you are the only person that can make a change besides God. So yes, just really, really, really focus on being a better person for yourself, being a better person for people around you. And just always remember, everybody goes through their own struggles. Everybody goes through their own painful situations in life that you might not think is painful to you, but is actually painful to them. And just be there for one another. Love one another and love yourself. So that's going to be today's episode. I just want to say thank you so, so much for the people who reached out to me, who wanted to hear, how I have been dealing with my mental health, my stress, my anxiety, and maybe I might help somebody. So thank you all again for watching on YouTube. If you're watching, listening on Spotify, if you've been listening, subscribing, especially commenting, guys. It just means so much when I read those comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed my previous episode with my best friend. I really hope you guys enjoyed all my other previous episodes that I've made. But to top off this video, I just want to say mental health is a very, very important thing. Yeah. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe and, leave all your feedback. Let me and others know how you deal with mental health, how you deal with anxiety or stress, or what helps you guys. And I'm sure other people will read and comment back and, probably deal with it the same way you deal with it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening on Spotify. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this small little episode. Yeah, we're freaking thriving now. Ain't no negativity about to bring me down, baby. Ain't nobody gonna stop us from bringing out these episodes. It's for a reason. And because of that, we are where we are today, filming this podcast, Just Be You, with your host, Chelsea. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.